What's up, YouTube? In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to pay your suppliers using the Alipay Tourpass. Now, I do want to start this off by saying that the best way to pay Chinese suppliers is to have a Chinese bank account so you can have WeChat Pay and Alipay. But Alipay recently released this new feature called the Tourpass that anyone can open up with a foreign bank card to load up their Alipay. But the features are not the same on the Tourpass. For example, you're going to reach some limitations, like each transaction can be no more than 2,000 RMB, which is roughly $250. And it only works for a 3-month period. So if you open a Tourpass in March, then in June, it's going to expire. Then you have to reapply for another Tourpass. During that 3-month period, you can only charge up to 6,000 to 10,000 RMB. These regulations change every once in a while, but you can go into Tourpass and see any updates there. I've seen cards go up to 6,000 RMB during the 3-month period, and some have gone up to 10,000 RMB. So these are some limitations you need to be aware of if you do plan on purchasing large items that cost more than 2,000 RMB. If you don't know how to set up an Alipay Tourpass and you want to know how to set up this Tourpass, check out this video right here. I go through exactly on how to do that, and then you can start paying your suppliers now. You can also go into the Alipay Tourpass to look at the updated rules or any regulations that are released. So I'm going to go through 4 ways, but I'm really going to discuss 3 ways that are the best ways to pay your suppliers using the Alipay Tourpass. The first is Taobao. The most efficient, convenient, and buyer protection that they can offer is in Taobao. The second is 1688, which is the B2B platform used in China. They also support the Alipay Tourpass. The third is having the supplier use their point of sale system device, which looks like this, and they go ahead and scan your QR code on the Tourpass. You may need a VPN into China to do this, but I've had some subscribers do it without a VPN. And the fourth, which I'm not going to go into because most Chinese suppliers don't like this and won't go through the effort, is them accepting PayPal payments. Like, they just don't want to go through the hassle of having balance in their PayPal and then getting the PayPal balance into their bank account in China. It's a big hassle, and most of them will disagree to do it with you. Now for the first method, using Taobao. So once you've actually made an Alipay Tourpass account, you actually automatically get a Taobao account. Now, this method only works for the mobile version of Taobao. So if you're planning to use the desktop version, it ain't gonna work. It only works for Android and for iOS systems. Otherwise, it will not work. To get your Taobao information on your Alipay, simply go to Me and go to your profile, and you should see a Taobao number. You can download Taobao from the App Store to get logged in. The first time you're going to log into Taobao, it's going to ask you for the phone number that you used for the Alipay Tourpass, and then maybe send you a text with a one-time password to go through. But after that, you're in. Now, I highly recommend you use a freight forwarder because most Taobao suppliers, I think I've met one out of like hundreds I've talked to, don't support overseas shipping. So when you do select items and put them in your cart, I recommend a freight forwarder that you can ship the item to a warehouse in China domestically first, and then the freight forwarder will handle the shipping from mainland China to your final destination, wherever that may be. Now, if you don't know how to use Taobao, I go through in great detail exactly step by step on how to do so to include the payment with Alipay Tourpass right here so that you can get comfortable using it yourself. And if you don't know how to use a freight forwarder, or you don't have a freight forwarder, but you have a WeChat account, I highly consider you watch this video right here that goes through step by step on how to send items to your freight forwarder and then ship it to your final destination. So that's the first one, Taobao. You can pay your suppliers using Taobao with the Alipay Tourpass. The second one is 1688. The concept is pretty identical. Actually, once you have a Taobao account, you can log into 1688 using your Taobao account. Again, emphasizing, this only works on the mobile version. It does not work on the desktop version. So make sure you download the mobile application for 1688 and log in with your Taobao information. Similar, you put your phone number, they send you a one-time password and you get logged in. You put everything into your cart, and then when it comes time for payment, go ahead and select that Alipay Tourpass payment. Once you select that Tourpass payment, go through the transaction. And again, use a freight forwarder because 1688 will definitely not support overseas shipping. So ship it to the warehouse inside China through your freight forwarder. Now, if you don't know how to use 1688, watch this video right here. I go through exactly on step-by-step on how to use 1688 on the desktop and the mobile application, so you know how to use it best. So the third way, and the final way that I'm going to be teaching you in this video to pay your suppliers, is if you don't want to use 1688 or Taobao to pay your suppliers, but instead it's like an independent supplier doesn't have a shop. Now, before I go into this is a little bit risky, actually a whole lot risky. And if you don't know the supplier, and if they're not reputable, if they don't have good feedback from their customers, you are at risk of being scammed. So be careful with this method. So you need to find a supplier that has a point of sale device. It's pretty much a scanner that can scan QR codes and pay. You can see these point of sale devices in McDonald's. You can see them in small shops. It just looks like a little device like this, where they can scan you and go ahead and take your money. They have to use this system because it's connected to their corporate account, to their company account directly. This will not work with an individual account. So if I'm an individual person, not having a company, and I scan your QR code trying to collect your money, it won't work. There are some circumstances where it will work, like for example, if you use delivery services here, their phone is actually embedded to be linked to their corporate account when they receive money from you. But other than that, 99% of the time, they need to use a separate point of sale, or if they already have a corporate account set up in Alipay, then they can scan you. So how do you pull up this QR code to pay your suppliers? Well, you can go into the Alipay application, select the Tourpass, and then select payment code. Now this is sensitive information. Pretty much anyone that scans this with a point of sale device can get your money. So you can't take a snapshot of this. So what I do is I have two cell phones right here. I use one cell phone to take the picture of my Alipay Tourpass QR code, and then I use that QR code to send to the supplier to go ahead and charge my account. Now realize that this transaction needs to be done within like 30 seconds, if not even sooner, because this is meant to be used in real time. So if you send them the QR code and then they take like their time scanning it, it's going to take them a while to accept the money. However, there's another way around this. And the way that I recommend you do this is to do a video conference with your supplier. If you don't know what systems work in China to contact suppliers, especially with video conferencing, I highly suggest you look at this video that goes through step by step on exactly how to communicate with Chinese suppliers in China. But anyways, the idea is you set up a video conference with your supplier live. Then you open up Alipay Tourpass and you put up your QR code on your phone. Then you simply put your phone up to the screen, you click on the Tourpass, activate your QR code, and then have the supplier on the other end scan you with their point of sale device to get the money in real time. That's as real as it gets, so it's like you can actually see immediate feedback and make sure that the supplier is not trying to scam you out of money. That is a way, and this has worked for some people. I'm not going to say it works for all people, but it has worked for people from Africa and the US before to pay their suppliers. I hope you learned about the different methods that you can pay your suppliers using the Alipay Tourpass. I've had a lot of subscribers ask me this question, so I wanted to make this video to clarify exactly how to do so step by step. As I mentioned before, once you have a Chinese bank account, you don't need to do all this nonsense. It's very convenient, but I understand during these times it's very difficult to come to China to open an account. If you found value from this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you want to see more content about doing business in China as an expat, and consider following me on social media, for I try to answer consultations or any questions within a 24-hour period. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Keep surviving, and I'll catch you in the next one.